guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm FPV and today I'll talk about my current 7-inch long-range rig, which is the Farins Frames Frog V4. This video will not be a proper review with specs and details. I just want to share with you some thoughts, my experience and basically the process that brought me to choose this quad. In the meantime, I'll leave you a bit of long-range footage in the background. Now, before I begin, let me ask you to consider supporting the channel by liking this video and subscribing if you like my content. So, I've been building my quads for about 3.5 years now, but this time I decided to go with a bind and fly. The reasons are mainly two. The first one is simply the lack of time, and the second one is speed tuning. I'm really not good at it, and I don't feel like I want to spend my time doing it. And while a standard X-frame 5-inch drone flies great on stock beta flight, as long as you use quality components and you build it right, that's absolutely not true for Dead Cat 7 inches. Also, we all know that having a drone which flies perfectly is crucial to bring the good footage home. I decided it was time to equip myself with such a drone when I got called for a job that would have led me to shot some mountain surfing in the Dolomites. I've flown several other times on the Dolomites on my own, but when you're doing it as a gig, it's very different. Time is short, the conditions are what they are, no room for errors, and it's never possible to repeat the shots. In short, you have to be sure to bring home the footage, and it has to be great. So for this reason, I was looking for a solid, reliable rig with a fine tuning, and there are many choices of bind and fly today. Let's say it, they all really got better, but I went with Farins Frames for several reasons. First of all, I like the idea of supporting the work of a small local company that puts energy into designing and making original products. Moreover, I found out that a boutique quad like this one comes really in the same price range as those bind and fly produced by the big Chinese companies. The second reason is the possibility to customize your own configuration by choosing stack, motors, video system and all the rest. I have personally decided to go cheap on some components while keeping top-notch stuff for certain areas. My motors, for example, are Emax ECO II 2807 and cost almost a half of other alternatives such as Brother Hobby or T-Motor, while in my opinion maintaining a solid performance. On the other hand, I would never go cheap on the receiver, on my antenna or on the video system in general, which are fundamental elements if you are going long range. So on this frog I have a caddx Vista with a Nebula Pro camera and a TrueRc singularity antenna. The receiver is a TBS nano diversity to make sure I have redundancy also on the radio link. In the same way, I don't want to save 15 bucks or something like that by taking a cheap GPS module, so I go with a Matek SAM MQ8, which gives me really good performance. Plus the position of the GPS module on this little tower on the TPU mount keeps it away from any interference source, and I managed to have cold GPS fixes in less than 1 minute. Also on this little tower I have the VIFLY Beacon Viewfinder, which is a lost drone buzzer that requires no connection to the FC, keeping things simple and efficient for me. I just have to remember to activate it before my takeoff. I run this rig with Farins Frames lithium-ion packs, which are made with Sony 21700 cells that are rated 4000 mAh. I'm not really a big fan of lithium-ion cells and packs, since my mountain surfing flying style is pretty aggressive. I like to keep my lines fast and close to the rock. So having that extra juice given by the high C rating of lipols is really a blessing when you have to rapidly correct a movement or escape out of a dive. Anyway, the performance of these packs is decent. Of course you have to be more gentle on punch outs, but when you understand how they behave on your quad, you really learn how much you can push them. The benefit, of course, is endurance. On an average, I managed to fly between 8 and 12 minutes, depending on how much altitude I gain during my flight. And the average speed is around 60 km per hour of cruising. This means that I'm usually able to cover more than 10 kilometers on a flight, which is quite a trip. Other specific features that I really appreciate are the 6mm thick arms that you can really feel in flight. I mean, there are no vibrations at all. Then I love the fact that the frame is an original design and not some kind of clone or copy of other stuff. Moreover, the Frog V4 has been designed as a 7-inch ring itself. I mean, it's not a 5-inch frame somehow stretched up to 7. I love the fact that the FPV camera is paired with the GoPro mount. This ensures me that what I'm framing with my FPV camera while I'm flying is exactly what I'm getting in the footage, so framing with my GoPro. Moreover, it has a variable angle from like 10 to 40 degrees, which allows me to get that perfect camera tilt required by the specific shot to achieve. Okay, that's quite all, I think. Let me say that I found the Frog V4 bind and fly version a solid rig, well assembled, with an excellent tuning, and for a competitive price. I'm sure it will be a trusted companion on many adventures. Thanks for watching, hope to see you back here on the channel again for the next one.